Hello everyone, it's clayrammage back again with another video. I won't call it a haul video, but it's basically just stuff I found over many year period. Since we can't go shopping right now for new stuff, I'm definitely going through and finding some stuff around the house that I've had for a long time. So welcome to my channel. It's Wednesday, April 1st. So April Fool's Day. It's my wife's least favorite day of the year. But there probably won't be much fooling going on around this year. So why don't we just get right into it? I had found this pair of salt and pepper shakers. Again, in our old house before we moved last year to the condo, my office was decorated in antique cars. And so I had a large collection of them filling the walls, and so when I would find little pieces like this, I'd pick them up. These we found at an antique store, I think for like $3 for the pair. They are marked on the bottom. They're like 1981 or something. They're really hard to read because it's been glazed over. But then I think I found these at a garage sale. These are metal salt and pepper shakers. These are made in Japan, marked on the bottom. Of course, one's white, one's black for salt, and one for pepper. And they got the little tiny floral design on them too, which I think is pretty cute. So anyway, those I had listed on eBay, no interest. So I took them down, and then I was going to put them in the Pink Elephant, which they're here because I can't put them at the Pink Elephant. These, another pair of lampshades, salt and pepper shakers, lamps, in this case. One has its cork, the other is missing its cork. And again, these I was going to put down at the Pink Elephant. In the meantime, they sit on my desk. I have this pair of small bowls. They're hand-painted Nippon, but it's coronation ware. So these probably date let's say probably to the 1920s, that period. I'm not that familiar with coronation ware. But they also have a cute little design on the legs, little swirl. So again, I don't remember where I got those or what, but I just really liked them. And I think I don't know. I'm not even going to guess anymore. I don't think I ever showed this in a haul video. It's a squirrel planter. I got this at the bins, and it was filthy dirty. But it cleaned up really nice. It's a Brush McCoy planter, squirrel planter, made in the 50s. You know, nice cute thing. It's in good shape. Just a little crazing to the finish, but no chips or cracks. Oh, what do I do next here? All right. One of the things I find at garage sales a lot, and this particular one I actually found at a estate sale, but is hymnals and old song books, music books. So I kind of have a collection of them. But this one was interesting. The first few pages of it are missing. So there's no copyright date or anything. But looking through it, the latest copyright date I found was like 1901. So it's from the beginning of the 1900s it was published. But the thing that amazed me about this one, come on, hard to turn the pages, is when you go through the whole book, the last couple pages are just words, but there's a total of 984 hymns in this one book. And so they're, you know, just page after page. Some pages have, let me show you. There's some in here. Like this page has 8 different hymns on it between the 2 pages. It's just amazing. Some great songs. Obviously a lot I've never heard of, and I love old hymns. but they date from all different eras and times, and just a fun old book. So another one to my collection. I have no clue where I found this. I assume at a garage sale at some point. It's a Washington Monument souvenir thermometer. It's made of marble. And on the front of the little metal plate at the very top, there's a F engraved into the metal, which I always thought was interesting. Never did figure out what that's for. But right now in my office, it is 72 degrees. So, nice way to keep track of temperatures. A few years ago, I actually went to an estate sale. This one, the reason I went to this one was because the lady that had died was a music teacher. So they said they were giving away all this music. Come and take whatever you wanted. Because there were literally thousands of books. So I went there and found quite a bit of music, needless to say. But snooping around, I also found these in the china cabinet. And they're actually sterling silver salt sensors. This one had the glass lining, the other one didn't. They have hallmarks on the bottom, which I can't read. A lot of these were made in Europe, in the Dutch, like Holland and those countries. So I've just never taken the time to look up which ones these are. I have looked on eBay and I've never found any of them with this particular profile on the head of each one of these. So, there's been similar ones, but never this exact same one. So I'll keep on searching, but I just really like them. And they are quite valuable. They go on eBay for like $50 to $100 each, or have in the past. Now this next two items, we were at Goodwill shopping one time, my wife and I, and I saw these and I thought, oh, a friend of ours, he's a great, loves golf. So I thought, I'm going to pick these up for him. And if you watch my videos, you'll see them on the upper shelf up there in some of the videos. But anyway, they're these glass golf figurines. And there were two of them. One putting, one driving. And I looked on the bottom and it says Baccarat, France. I was like, oh, that's a good name. They were asking $6.99 for them. And so I thought, oh, these would make a great present for him. So I picked them up to give as a gift. So why do I still have them? Because when I looked them up and saw that they still sell these brand new for $460 each. And on eBay, they go anywhere from $50 to $100 each. So I got selfish and said, I'm going to keep them for now. But the ironic thing about it was I told Colin about that I bought him for my original intent for them was to give them to him. He laughed. And then it wasn't but a couple weeks later, I found another one at Goodwill, believe it or not. Only this one had been engraved on there, and it talked about, it was a second place trophy at this golf tournament. I thought, if they're giving these as second place trophies, I wanted to know what first place was. But so I bought that one. It was only like $3, I think, is what I paid for it. So I gave it to Colin. So now he has one. Anyway, so that was a fun little story. So we joke about that all the time. And then, now this one goes way back. When my wife and I first got married, we were living in Milwaukee at the time. And we went to a garage sale that was not too far from where we lived, I think. I don't remember. But I picked up this, it was through the whole house, the garage sale. So we're walking through the house and I pick up this piece of, this piece. It didn't look like this. It was black. And I looked at the bottom and it was marked. And so I thought, okay, but it wasn't priced. So I asked the person and they go, oh, that's a piece of pewter, $1. So I was like, okay. So I bought it for $1. And this is what started my obsession with silver pieces. So got home, knew it was silver, polished it up. You know, it's a little compote dish. Then I looked on the bottom. This is a, you know, I started investigating it more. It's actually a Gorham silver piece. It's silver plate, but it's stamped Bunder and Upmeyer Company. I was like, well, what's Bunder and Upmeyer? Because originally I thought that was the manufacturer because I didn't know how they marked things back in those days. But Bunder and Bundy and Upmeyer were retailers in Milwaukee. So this was originally sold at the Bundy and Upmeyer store in Milwaukee, made by the Gorham Silver Company. And I didn't realize it at the time either, but it had originally been monogrammed with an M. It's very hard to see. This piece was polished many, many times because the monogram is wore down. I think the monogram is actually pure silver because there's no, as much as it's been worn down, you would see the copper or other metal base coming through on that, and it's not. So, but yeah, I just really like this. And it's a very heavily plated silver too, because you can't, there's no place on here where you see the base metal coming through, but it's too heavy for a sterling silver piece. And you can see just a tiny bit of verdigris deterioration right along the bottom here in that little groove. Anyway, so this is my favorite piece of silver just because it's the very first piece I ever found. And then probably about 20 years ago, yeah, I'd say about 20 years ago, our family was living in Wheeling, Illinois, just outside Chicago back in those days, and we would come up here to Minnesota to visit my wife's family quite a bit. And we were up one day and we went with my mother-in-law to a thrift store in Buffalo, Minnesota. And while there, I don't know why, but I saw this hat, this particular hat, and I fell in love with it. So for $3, I bought this hat. It is a Dobbs of New York hat, and made in the USA. I have no idea the vintage. This would be called a derby hat, I believe. It was originally sold at the Foursomes, the Foursome Incorporated in Wayzata, Minnesota, which is a men's store, high-end men's store. They subsequently, a few years ago, moved to Plymouth, Minnesota. So we went to their moving sale when they were still in Wayzata, and I found some incredible deals on some shoes. So that's a good deal. So watch for those moving sales. You can get some great deals on brand new stuff too. You don't always have to be thrifting at used places. But anyway, so that's just kind of a brief little tour of some of the things, the odd things that I found. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Tell your friends, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thanks. Take care. Bye.